Oh, what's up, demons and demonettes? It's I, Traxy, Demon Queen, and it's once again time for our weekly check-in for the free-to-play account. But before we get into it, as always, toss a like and subscribe down below. So, as you can see, we are getting ready for the Chains of Eternity season. We should be getting it in less than a week. As you can see, I am at Trial of Abyss, which means I was able to clear 1125, and I was able to open up the last story map, right? I have been able to clean up the map for the most part, except for maybe like one or two chests I still have to grab, and then we have to go through and delete these mobs. But there's no rush to really clean up these mobs because they only give gold and the tokens for the store, and then maybe we get the exploration bonus, right? Because here is really just at this point the equipment, so there's no rush to get that done. I do have some side quests that I do need to clean up as well. But by getting to 1125, I was able to open a piece of time so I could jump into waves or song. I jumped into waves just to complete that, and we can clean up those maps and do that story to get the rewards there. There's no corrupted creatures, it looks like, so we missed out on those rewards completely. But we are getting additional rewards here through a piece of times. It is worth noting that this is time gated, so I can't just sit down and blaze through the whole thing, and it looks like I can only open up one at a time. So I have to wait and see when I can open up song, because I'm hoping that I can go through song as well and get all those rewards, especially the epic invite letters. That's big, and the diamonds are big too. So I was able to complete everything and get through everything by bucking the trend, by going against conventional wisdom and running a different team, right? So what I had to do is I had to change up my push team. I had been trying to run control, it just hadn't been working. The primary issue being our Almas is only mythic, and I haven't really gotten any Almas copies, which has been problematic and will be problematic going into the season. So what I had to do is I had to make a use of my roster. So I had to kind of like take a look and see, oh, okay, well, maybe we run confining. You can run confining. I was running these two. These are the best ones for stages. So I went with a confining spell, and I just had to make a team based around Odie, because now that our Odie is a Supreme Plus, I pushed him up to +10, and he just kind of annihilates enemies. So the game kept on giving me Valka. So I said, alright, let me run Valka. And then I'm like, okay, we need a healer. Well, my Smokey is sitting here at Supreme. So let's run him. Then I opted more for something kind of akin to what we would run with Maulers. So we have a frontliner, to support, and Smokey or Odie. We're relying heavily on Odie here, so I needed another frontliner, so I just went with my second strongest frontliner, which was the Thorn in this case. It just worked better than running the Almas here. So this was kind of what became my push team and my map cleanup team, and it worked wonders, right? So I had to give up and abandon running control. And the next thing you know, I push 100 stages, and I blow through the stages to get my AFK rewards. Speaking of rewards, we do have the increase because the season is coming, so we get the boost. We already have a 1-240 slot. We have a couple more, so maybe like a 1 to 2 more resets at the current rate that we're getting everything to kind of get everybody up to 240. Hopefully that will help us out in Trial of the Abyss, because even with the updated push comp that I've been running, it just doesn't work here in Trial of Abyss. We really need to get that Aaron Almas combo going. I just have not been very lucky as of late in getting Almas copies. I've been getting a lot. I had been getting a lot of Valkas, that slowed down. Now I'm getting a lot of Hugans, a lot of Damians, Coco at a fairly good clip. Not getting as many Sinbads, which stinks because Sinbad is big good. We definitely need him for the season, not as many Bonnies. We definitely want her for push. Speaking of hero acquisition, a Lucky Flip has been terrible for me at this point in time. Week 1, my best option was Hugin with epic recruits. Week 2, I got a single copy of Lorson. Week 3, I did get 1 copy of Smokey. And then I think I got another one through pulling, so I got him up to Supreme, and then I got like another copy right away, so it felt a little bit like a waste. But we do need one more to get him to Supreme Plus, which would be a nice get. But given our roster needs at this time, I feel like it's going to be a make or break week for Lucky Flip. Like, I have to get Omis. I have to get Omis. Going into the season, we have to have Omis at Mythic Plus at a minimum. I mean, Supreme is the same thing because it's just egg coins, but we have to get Omis this week. We have to get him. It has been 4 weeks. This will be week 4. I have maxed it out every week and used max refreshes and still not have seen a copy of Omis. And I have never excluded the Wilder faction from any of the excludes. I've excluded a Lightbearer, not to get like Hugins or other heroes that I just don't need out of certain factions. So or Mauler. I've been like, it's for, it has to happen this week. If it doesn't, I mean, it's going to be a very rough start to chains. When we get that, we're going to be behind on pushing, which is going to push us in a turn behind on a lot of the other content. Back to Trial of Abyss. Again, not having the Omis hurts. I'm not too concerned about pushing through this. I'm not going to get through it. I just don't have the roster to get through it. So what we'll do is we'll wait till we get the season start. We'll just push as much as we can when the season starts. Mimi, we got, 20, 30 Rezo levels, and we can go back with that. Maybe some of those shiny and new seasonal artifacts, and just kind of blow right through it. Once you get enough levels out of your seasonal power, it becomes trivial to just kind of mow this thing down and get all of those rewards, right? Because we do want the rewards out of here. And it's not showing me the rewards on here because I just clicked it. I think we have to go in this way, right? Because we do want all of these rewards. Primarily, we want the because we got Stellars, we've got the invites, and then we've got the title into Portal Essence. By the time we get this, it's not gonna matter. This isn't really gonna help us. Yes, it'll give us synergy levels, which kind of like soft cap. They go up into infinity, but after 60 they don't really add anything. That's one of the changes they mentioned. I think it was just worded poorly, like, so you can keep getting them, but they don't really give you anything beyond the diamonds. So again, we're not interested in the dust. We're just interested in the invites and the weapon essence that we get out of trial. A hero recruit, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we got a Ludovic, which is fine. I mean, we got Ludovic and Smokey out of here, so we got 2 of the best options that we could get, given that our Aaron is already pretty high up. He's not an urgent need out of here. We did get a Shakir, and we do need to build up Shakir for the season at some point. And then, another Thorn copy out of here would be nice. For everybody else in here, I mean, these heroes aren't really used that much anymore, so there's not like an urgent need for a lot of these heroes. Alright, so we're doing decent there. As for Dream Realm, it could be better. I did end up breaking down and pulling for 1 copy of Faramore, which did give me a slight boost. It jumped me about 20 ranks. Which is, if we go here, 20 is the difference between 50 and top 50, right? So we get the extra essence here, and we get the extra dream fragments here, which we are going to need, because again, my hero luck hasn't been the best. So we go back to the heroes and we talk about the roster a little bit more. We can note that we stopped getting push heroes through polls. I've primarily been getting PvP type heroes. I was getting a few bossing heroes there for a little bit, but the trend seems to switch to mostly Siren and Lily May, which is great for my PvP comp, but again, they're still not ascended high enough to really be of use in PvP against some of the comps. Like, I am running Siren, but obviously getting him one more copy to get him to Mythic Plus would be very, very helpful for PvP. The problem is now, because I stopped pulling for Arden, because I was getting Tassie copies on the regular, and I stopped getting Tassie copies, we're a little bit of trouble for our push team come the season, right? Because now I have to go back and scramble to try to pull Arden copies. So those Dream Realm fragments are going to come in a big, especially since I've got Odie maxed out. So like here, we can just go ahead, right? We can grab a ton of Arden copies at some point in the near future, just to build him up. As for the arena store, I've just been able to clear out that's fine. A guild store, I just do the daily purchase. I haven't really been using my diamonds to buy these, and the recruitment shop, I just got these and the cheap ones here. As for pulls, you know, like I said, I did pull a Faramore. Pulling now, I don't think necessarily pulling for an 8th tier hero is that bad. On the epic recruits, yes, it costs 3,000, and you're essentially losing 1,200 diamonds in your pull, but you are getting 8 copies of that 8-tier hero out of here, so it's not bad. What I'll probably do is I'll save up to try to get another copy of him, to try to at least get him off the legendary, off of his banner, because he is that strong. So he will help me out in pre-endless in the season. So how am I going to get those diamonds? Well, like I said, I went ahead, I pretty much cleaned up the map. I have some side quests I still have to complete, and then we did open up Peaks of Time, so we can get some diamonds out of there as well. So that's pretty good. So we'll do that, and then we can get that Faramore. Unlucky flip, we have to get almost, like I said, that's big good. As for Alpha Bear, you know, someone recommended, hey, you pull Faramore for Alpha Bear. Just one copy is big. And the problem is I have an S++ 10 Odie, and well, Odie is just doing better. I did manage to get one copy of Freyasto out of the chest, because again, it doesn't have the twins. So I'm not doing too great here. I mean, we're in a good position, a 69. But yeah, whereas the last time I was top 20, I just got knocked out at the last minute, down to 21. That was the bubble girl. Yeah, so we got knocked out there. Here it's not looking too great. Just struggling in general, and just because of I think the bad pulls, the shift in pulls. Like I said, I'm not really getting Dream Realm heroes. I'm not getting push heroes. I'm primarily getting a PvP hero, where I was struggling in PvP. So my roster is kind of all over the place. So I'm struggling in a lot of areas. So if we go talk about PvP, it's been a mixed bag. It feels like a chore to do right now. Because I'm just trying to find out who I can beat, what comps I can beat, that sort of thing, given my roster. As you can see, we're having very mixed results here. So getting out of Legendary 2 has been very difficult. So I might need to see like a big roster improvement before I can even try to get to Champions. So that's rough. Legend Trial, that is almost all cleaned up, so we're doing fairly well here. So that's not too bad. So we should be able to get this cleaned up, I think, before the end of the week. Maybe the goal is to obviously get this cleaned up before our reset, so that we can still get the last of this dust that's in the tower at floor 90, when it's still fairly relevant and can help us out. So that's 750 dust sitting there. As you can see, we need a 3600, so that's a good chunk of that. Alright, so I think that's as of for events. I wasn't able to fully clear the Relentless Rumble. Now I did manage to get all of the rewards for the invite side. I just didn't get all the rewards on the other side, so I missed out some diamonds, some red essence, and the vouchers or whatever. But the diamond, not getting the diamonds hurts. Sunrise, a Serenade. Yeah, this is very, very difficult, even though we do get the boost on our roster because our roster is still fairly small. We are struggling quite a bit here. I have to go back and retry this. Now that I have Freyesto, I should be able to go in here. I should be able to run this version of the team, and we just kind of have to. The problem is we don't have the preferred artifact for this, so we might not be able to do the 10,000 strat. So yeah, so we're kind of struggling here. It's a little bit on the rough side, right? So whereas, you know, maybe we do have the bonuses, we can't get through it. So I have to continue to take a stab at that. I do want to be able to get all the rewards out of it. We have gotten most of the rewards out of it, but this has been a very difficult to do preseason wise. So I missed out on, I'm gonna miss out probably on some of these acorns and one A-tier hero copying out of here. These both would have been helpful for the new account, especially the acorn, since we are on the free-to-play side and we're just not going to get them. Now the story, it was a joke. So like I said, now that I have Freyesto on the roster, I can go back and try some of these to just maybe try and clear this out. I did get everything that I could out of here. Not buying these, so it doesn't matter. So they're mixed bag. We got most of the rewards, so we couldn't get all the rewards, which is a little disappointing, but yeah. So yeah, it's kind of like mixed feelings about the account. Like, I really feel like this week is going to be made or broken by the pull that we get in Lucky Flip, because Lucky Flip hasn't been that lucky, right? Week 1 it was Hugin, week 2 it was Lorson, week 3 it was a smoky copy that, you know, it's nice, but it doesn't really help. We need something that's going to help, and at this point there's only one thing that's going to help me. At this point, we are kind of down to the wire. It kind of sucks because we filled out the Lucky Flip card a week after week, and we have gotten those additional rerolls. So we have like 3 rerolls. I don't know why we get less rerolls. Maybe it has something to do with account spend, but on like my main account on global, I get like 5 rerolls. Here I only get 3 rerolls, so it's a little bit frustrating and annoying. Because again, I haven't gotten Sinbad would help. I haven't gotten Bonnie would help. I haven't gotten Omis would help, right? So I've got like 3 heroes out of a gazillion heroes. That's the other problem with a roster bloat and no bad luck or duplicate protection, right? So you could essentially use your refresh and get the same bad hero 3 times in a row, right? So say we get like Valen on a roll. And we reroll, we get Valen, we reroll, we get Valen, we reroll, we get Valen, we reroll, we get Valen. It really, really sucks. I had that happen with Salazar. It was like, well, I'm not going to take Salazar because he's not someone that's necessarily going to help out my roster. You need a lot of pieces around Salazar to even think about running Salazar in a viable way, right? He needs to be Supreme Plus. He needs to have that essence from the seasonal track to beef up his Supreme Plus ability to even think about running him in anything. Otherwise, he's just not very good. So we haven't, like I said, gotten any very good options out of it. That, and like I said, combined with the fact that we shifted, so we've become more of a jack of all trades account. So we're okay at everything, and we got through the stages and whatnot, but we're not really like good at anything. We're not doing good at Dream Realm. We're only doing okay. We're not doing good at PvP at all. Just because everybody there has like Siren, Supreme Plus, and he's very, very difficult to counter. So we have to be, and we were heavily reliant on Aaron at the beginning because he was our first Supreme hero. And everybody has just one copy of Lily May, and that kind of like shuts it down. So it was very, very difficult. So we've been, PvP has not been this account's forte. I had contemplating pulling Athalia at a low pull, but then that would mean giving up on pulling the twins. But we know that the twins are going to benefit us more in Dream Realm. So in the long term, the twins are going to be the better option. So I'm sticking with the twins. The goal is to get the twins to hopefully Mythic Plus sometime here in the near future. But like I said, we'll get one copy. We'll get them to Mythic this week. As you can see, we do have the guild medallions or whatnot. We should be getting the rest of the guild medallions we need this week between the guild chest and then the weekly track. So we'll get that. So that should help us out a little bit. Ideally, somehow we can get 2 more copies, but I'd have to actually have some luck on my Stargaze station and not go to a full pity here, which my last pull was pretty much at full pity, and this pull is looking to go to full pity. So the hope is that by the end of the season, that I should be able to get the twins to Supreme Plus, or at least Mythic Plus, and then maybe we can start building Freyasto to help us out a bit more on that side. So I may go something more like twins to Mythic Plus, and then Freyasto to Mythic Plus, and then go back to build the twins out to Supreme Plus, because at that time, we very well may be in Endless Dream Realm in the season, and having a stronger Freyasto is going to help us out more there. So we're just going to have to wait and see how things go. Anyway, that's going to be it for this one. The big things that I've taken away from this week are, 1, if you are struggling, don't be afraid to try new things with your roster. You know, buck conventional wisdom, just try something new, try something different. You just kind of gotta figure out what's going to work for your roster, that works for stages, that works for Dream Realm, and that works for Primal Lords, although Primal Lords is a little harder to try on. And of course the same thing goes for Arena as well. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Good luck on your pulls as always. Bye!